everybody. Welcome to the Luxury Live show. We apologize first. We're starting a little late. Both of us had a
rough week.
rough week. So if you're new to this Luxury Live show, we host it alternatively on our channel. So this week is on my channel on YouTube, and next week it's going to be on Fashionably Amy. We are also on the Clubhouse platform. So if you want to listen to us like in the car or wherever you are but not in front of the computer, you can also join us on Clubhouse, Fashionably Amy, as well as myself, Kat L. So thank you. We see comments coming in on YouTube, and thank you.
You have a super sticker.
Yeah, wow, thank you.
Thank
you so much. So today's topic, we are going to talk about 5 things that each of us will never, ever do when it comes to our luxury purchases or our luxury habits. And if you're in Clubhouse, we apologize. You won't be able to see the slides. But you can come and join us on YouTube. We prepared slides for this week. I think it's a fun one. Just to chat about what we're not never, ever going to do, right? Some of it's serious, some of it's a little fun. And let me just share my screen.
Actually, when you said that we would never do, it's because some of those things I've learned my lessons. So if you haven't seen, my latest video, and then basically in my video, I linked Kat's video. I was doing her tag. Those are all the lessons that I've learned throughout the years of buying luxury. And, like some of them are mistakes and some of the things I did okay. And so a lot of it, comes from experience too. So yeah, that'll be fun.
All right. So let me take you through the slides. Amy will go first.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I love those slides, Kat. These are such powerful pictures. Number one thing I would never, ever do, and I never did, is to get into debt buying luxury. It's just not worth it. It makes zero sense because it's not an essential. Luxuries are not an essential. It's not like buying food and paying rent and paying for your water and electricity. It's nothing like that, right? So for sure, the number one thing I would never, ever, ever, ever even phantom is to get into debt buying my next Holy Grail bag or whatever. I'd rather pay off any debt that I have already, which is what I kind of talked about in the video, in the tag video. I took several years paying off my student loan after graduating, having worked as a professional. And then, of course, I bought a property too when I was young. I started early, but that's a different type of debt. That's a good debt. So we're talking about bad debts, never get into bad debts, just buying luxury. Don't you agree, Kat?
Yeah, absolutely. I got into debt sort of earlier on in the year, and not this year, sorry, earlier on in my luxury buying career. And it was a tough time because I wasn't paying attention to my expenses. I didn't have any mortgage then, so it was just just enjoying life. So I think after a while, not too long, but I snapped out of it really quickly because it can spiral really badly. So I know how this feels. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay, so the second thing I would never ever do, and I never really did that, to be honest, even though sometimes, especially if you're new to the channel and all you see is the unboxing, you don't really know us, is that I would never just buy something to sell. Sometimes I think, well, not sometimes, I think some individuals do that kind of as a, kind of as their career or kind of as how they earn money. So we call them resellers or we call them consigners, whatnot. But that's just not what I do. That's not my main profession. That's not what I'm good at doing. Obviously, I do sell my own personal collection sometimes when they either don't work out, or I just realize that I'd rather take the money back, kind of recuperate the money so that I can either use that money towards something else or towards a better cause. So those things can happen. But to actually go in a store and to buy the next most hottest thing just so that I can resell it for a profit, or just resell it, to make money, that's not something that I do. And I'm not saying that it's bad or anything, it's just that that's not something that I would do, because like we always say, selling is extremely hard, and unless it's your business, which, like I said earlier, some people, it's their business, it's just not a good idea. It's never really it's always risky, right? There's all kinds of risks associated with selling, a lot of work. So yeah. What do you
Hmm.
you ever
I
to sell?
no. Well, I have. I mean, honestly, I have tried it once.
Mm,
It's really hard because
it's hard.
selling is a it's how do you say
It's very stressful.
it's very stressful, the sending, the process, the collection of money and all of that. It is a very, very how do you say, like, inconvenient.
It is. Which is why I think, unless it's your business, because, when you have a business, you have all the infrastructure, you have all the logistics, you probably have the insurance for in case things go wrong. But as an individual selling my own things, I don't have any of those things, which is why paying for shipping is so expensive, because you have to buy that extra shipping. And if you have sold something before, you would know that paying for the insurance is usually more than paying for the shipping, right? So it's a lot of hassle. It's very inconvenient. It's very stressful. So unless it is your profession and unless it is your business to do so, I would refrain from buying just to sell.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, next. Oh, this is a big one. Is to never buy luxury, especially if it's not from retail. Never buy luxury without re-authenticating. It's a huge one, because if like nowadays, replicas and fakes are so good. They have gone to the level where sometimes just from afar you can't really tell. You literally have to be touching the item, really like looking at the details. Or if it's in a photograph, you really have to take very detailed photograph and literally really examining all the basically trademarks and details of the item. So yeah, all this just to say that just be super careful when it comes to buying pre-loved, and if it's from a non-reputable seller, always re-authenticate your items. It's never a bad idea, honestly. I know sometimes when you buy from a consignment store or a consigner or a reseller, they already come with some sort of authenticating certificate, because they probably did their own sort of homework too. But yeah, even those things can be fake. So
I have actually not authenticated some stuff before,
same. That's with Chanel, I'm a lot more comfortable because I have so much Chanel in my collection, so I know Chanel a little bit better. I know LV a little bit better. But aside from that, I can't say that I'm a good enough at even telling myself. And even if I know enough about Chanel and LV, I still need the item in front of me. I don't feel comfortable helping someone else do it through photos. No. If it's a friend, like a family member, I don't mind looking at it, because they have the item, they can hand it to me. And I have had told family members before how it was a fake that they bought or received. But that's just because I'm doing them a favor. I wouldn't do that for someone that I don't really know. yeah, it's just because I'm not a professional, right? So yeah, you were saying also?
No, sorry, Amy. I'm slightly distracted because there is a fire burning in my office.
Oh,
As in, like, work, they are contacting me. But anyway, keep going.
oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay,
give
okay,
me a
okay.
second.
Yeah, no
What a
worries
crazy
at
morning.
all.
What a crazy
like
morning,
like we
people.
said earlier, make sure you thumbs up this video already. Kat especially had such a rough week. Please give
Yeah,
her some
really, really.
encouragement. We're here for you guys, but seriously, it has been a long week.
This week, people, I know, sidetrack a little bit. As I am doing this live stream, there is not fire, but, like, people are messaging me with work and everything. It's been so hectic. I've been complaining to Amy and all, like,
I
oh my
know.
God, what a week.
And
My
it's a
God.
day off on top of that.
I know, it's a day off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
done. I hope that works. Oh
Don't
my God.
worry. Answer that email or answer that text if you need to. But yeah, basically, my advice and going forward is if I'm not buying from retail and like if I did not buy one item from retail, I would always re-authenticate it because we had shared one past live stream. It was actually on Kat's channel as well, where we share some like past stories of things that happened that wasn't as that we would never want to happen ever again. So you could also rewatch that. But basically, you guys know the drill. We repeat it all the time. Just always re-authenticate your items if you're buying from a reseller or someone that you don't know, basically.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I'm so sorry, people, because they are like, okay, let me just share a little bit. I am actually in charge of some products. And right now, there are like 30 people unable to access the application. And they're all like, oh, we can't get in. We can't get in. It's sort of like this live stream, right? Oh, we can't get in. It's a sin. And everyone's like, oh my God, panicking. So right now, there's nothing I can do because the system is down. Like, oh, what a morning, people. What a morning. Oh, what a night for all of you. I will continue. There's nothing I can do. I've already done it. Give up.
Okay. Oh, I hope things get better. Oh my gosh, it's so. I'm so
stressful.
sorry, Kat. I wish I could do more for you, but all I can say is just listen. But okay, next advice or next thing I would try my best because this is something that I do. I try. I would try my best.
Bag.
Yeah, that's my bag. Going forward, to stop buying more than two. Honestly, buying duplicates it's nice. It's nice to own, beautiful things in different colors and all your favorite colors. Yes, of course. But practically speaking, you only really gravitate towards your favorite usually. I have two cocoa handles. I usually like the white, the light gray one that you see on screen right now. The Gabrielle, I usually go for the black. I guess the Neverfull is a little different just because one has vachetta and the other one is treated leather. So it depends on the weather. At least there's that. But even then, I kind of favor the vachetta one because it's just plain. And sometimes I just want plain, So buying more than two, really, even buying two sometimes is a bit excessive for myself. And I think for the majority of people, just have fun, like buy other styles, or save that money for the next it bag or whatever. Like it's never productive and it's never good for your wallet to buy too many duplicates. It's just a practical thing, and it's also adds clutter over time, which is as you can see, also I'm decluttering, have sold a few things. It feels good. It feels really good. So yeah, I know Kat is really good about that. She doesn't really buy. I don't know. Have you ever bought duplicates?
Let me think about it. Have I ever Okay, the only duplicate that I bought is for my mini pochettes, like my SLGs. That's the only thing. And I not really duplicate. It's because of the Christmas collections or what are animations. But I don't buy duplicate bags. No, I don't actually. And I think it's because I like variety.
Yeah.
I
like variety too. Just variety in like the same thing, but just different colors and fabrics, and like the whole shebang. Because when it's when I have a favorite style, or when I have a favorite sort of, blazer or dress or whatever, I just like to buy exactly the same thing, but in a different color. Like, I think when you're shopping, or when that item is available in store at that time, it just feels nice to know that you can have more of your favorite things. But just practically speaking, over a time period of owning it, you always, like I'm telling you guys, you always grab the one that you prefer anyway. You probably always go for the first one that you ever bought anyway. Sometimes you go for the second one, but almost out of forcing yourself, so maybe you don't really need it, so that's just my advice. Yeah, and I'm gonna try really hard to never do that again.
Which bags do you have more than two now? More than two? None, right?
None.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. This is a funny one.
Yeah, this is so funny. Well, actually, I think the thing probably weighs more than 2 pounds, but it's funny that you put 2 pounds on it. Oh, did you?
No. I put 2 pounds. It's a picture. It's a kettlebell of, I think it was like 10 kilos.
Yeah,
and I just like removed it and I put the 2 pounds.
So you put the 2 pound scribble there. Okay, so basically, going forward, I will refrain from buying any handbags that weigh more than 2 pounds. So for you, it can be more because you might be stronger than me. Maybe for you, it's 3 pounds. For some guys, maybe it's 5 pounds. I don't know. But for me personally, I don't want any of my bags to be more than 2 pounds. The lighter, the better. Because especially with larger bags, the moment that you fill them up, oh my gosh, it gets heavy, especially if you have to hold it or, lug it around for a while. It is very tiring. And when it does that to you, like once you say use it for that day, even if you loved that bag originally, let's say you really love the bag, say the Deauville, right? Because I loved the look of the Deauville. I loved it enough to even buy it, even though it was a fabric bag. After using it, even the first time, I'm just bummed. I'm bummed that I don't like it anymore because it's not practical. And because like that day of using it, I just became so tired. I don't ever want to be like that anymore, So it's one of those things, which I think so far is good. Everything that I have is lightweight. Even the heaviest leather bags, such as the trendy, I like the trendy because it's a beautiful bag, but I still carry the same amount of things, which is very minimal. So I'm okay with so far. But yeah, never ever again going for bags that are heavy. Heavy for me. Is 2 pounds for you in terms of bag?
I think it's okay. Like my Birkin was 2 pounds. Was my Birkin 2 pounds?
I think so. Yeah, your Birkin was
it was
30.
My Birkin 30 was about. It is a heavier bag, but it's not. Maybe mine's like 2.5. Maybe mine's like 3, maximum 3. I won't hit 3 pounds. Like one point. Yeah, I think a little bit more than 2 pounds is okay for me. But yeah, heavy bags. I think in general, heavy bags would be no more as well.
Yeah, it's a no-go for me.
Okay, thank you. I think this is the last one, right? Okay, so my turn. It's almost blending into the slide. You can't even see the Kelly. So my first thing that I would never, ever do, right, when it comes to luxury, even though I love it, is to buy a white bag. I love looking at it. I think it's beautiful. It really brightens up the whole outfit, and it just looks so like magical, right? So it's just so beautiful, white. But I think it's going to be a nightmare to take care of. And I would always be extra careful where I bring it to, what I wear. And I feel like I'm not that kind of person. So I know a lot of people. I think, Amy, you have sort of like a white bag. Like your gray cocoa is one. It's beautiful, and I lust after it. But it's something that I know for me is not practical. Because I like to crossbody my bags or, wear it on my shoulder. And I like to wear dark colored clothes. Plus, if I'm running around, sometimes I might be maybe not be so mindful. I might put the bag down and I will constantly be worried about the bag. Like instead of enjoying the bag, I would be worried where I put it, how I wear it. So though I love looking at it and I'm so jealous of people actually being able to take care of white bags, I would never ever buy a white bag.
Oh, I totally understand. And honestly speaking, I love white bags. But the reason why I only have one is exactly the same reason as what you just said, because it is hard to take care of a white bag, especially if you plan on wearing it often. If it's kind of your go-to bag, it's very hard to use a white bag as a go-to bag. Obviously, you can, but just expect it to not stay the same way after maybe a few wears already. It's just very easy to put wear and tear. I mean, not wear and tear. To put
Getting
color
marked.
transfer or dirt marks on it. It's just very easy. So my trick is that if I ever buy any sort of light color bags, I always make sure that it has a top handle because yeah, that way I'm not really wearing it crossbody. It's never really against my body most of the time. Because I would just make use of that top handle. Obviously the top handle can get dirty too. But at least cleaning the top handle versus cleaning the body of the bag is so
True.
much easier, right? And you can also wrap a twilly around it if you're really gonna heavily use it. So that's my only trick. But yeah, I only have one, so.
What do you all think about the audience think about white bags? Do any of you have a white bag? Let us know.
And it
Are
also
you-
depends on what you wear. If you usually like to wear,
jeans. That's the thing.
pinks.
I think I like to wear jeans. So that's
Yeah,
another
that's the
fear.
thing. If you wear denim, like darker color denim, or if you wear like, winter jackets, winter wool coats that can transfer, and usually those are darker color, that's when white is not as ideal. But if you wear a lot of dresses and you wear a lot of shirts and they're always kind of in the lighter color spectrum, then that's probably fine for you. You're probably used to it. Yeah.
All right, good one. Okay, this it's actually two things. So one is about permanent personalization. So I would never ever permanently personalize my bag, especially if it's on the part of the bag that cannot be replaced. So if somebody said, "Oh, why don't you just personalize the luggage tag?" That's very common. I'm okay with that. I think that one, because it's not part of the bag itself, I would do it. But when it comes to the bag, like I feel like what this person is doing is personalizing maybe the petite mal. I would never do it because I am not so committed. And the other part about making a change to the bag is I would never permanently change a bag. So one of the questions that I think maybe in a previous video we did is about the Nano Speedy bag, where I think a lot of people love the Nano Speedy, but they don't like the strap. They want it to be detachable. I just don't like it, so they cut it. So that's another thing that I would never permanently change about my bag, whether it's personalization or permanently altering the bag. I am not committed to it because you never know. One day you might want to sell it for maybe financial reasons, or maybe you want to change your bag. But what if it's financial reasons? That little bit of customization is it really brings the value of a bag down. Maybe fun for that time, but yeah, I'm not so committed. What about you, Amy?
I have a very, very personalized bag. My Neverfull is plastered with stickers that I chose. But I have to agree with you because aside from that, I have also in the past personalized, what was it again? It was on a bag. Oh, yes. It was my first ever Speedy 30. You guys never seen it, but you guys have never seen it because it was, back in 2009. I bought it in Damier Eben. It was a Speedy 30, just the classic one. And on the little chap, like where the handle is attached to, I put Amy as, I got a hot stamp. And I don't have the bag anymore because I sold it, but obviously I had to sell it for less money than I would otherwise get, because the Speedies, we talked about it in one of our other shows, Speedy never falls, like the classics, especially in canvases, they retain their value very well, especially if you've owned it for a long time and if it's in really good condition, which was the case of mine. But I couldn't sell it for more money because I got it personalized. But you know what's funny? Because another Amy bought it.
Oh yeah,
I know.
Yeah, so it's luck, like maybe my name, like Cat, would be pretty, common.
Yeah.
But you got to find another cat
Exactly.
that likes that bag as well, who's a luxury lover. It's challenging.
Yeah, the reason she bought it because her name was Amy too, but I still didn't sell it for what I could have gotten, and I'm not saying that this is what you have to do every time. Like, you don't always sell for profit. Obviously, it depends on the item, but it's just that if it was the market value of it, like it was in pristine condition, it was a very sought after style, you are able to sell it for a little bit more, but you can't because of the customization. So that's one reason. The other reason is because I don't know. Like I said earlier, sometimes between my two Neverfulls, I just prefer the plain one. I just want to go with the plain one. I just don't need all the bells and whistles, really. Maybe it's just a matter of, the way I style. Sometimes you just want to just look more neutral in a way, even though monogram is not that neutral, but at least it's the more neutral of the two bags already.
It's not as like loud, I
guess.
Yeah. I have personalized stuff, like my Foray Lepage has personalization. But that personalization, again, it is temporary. It's an attachment to the bag where I added my alphabet there. And so that to me is okay. Like, I'm not against personalization, but just permanently on the item that cannot be changed, that I am never ever going to do. But I have personalized jewelry. So two things. Obviously, my wedding ring is personalized, got my wedding date there. And I have one necklace that has, I think it's the Tiffany. Yeah, it's the Tiffany one with the plate. At the back, I engrave. So there are
those are forever items.
Yeah, those are forever items. I feel like those are more committed. But when it comes to bags, I don't know. That's just me. I think there are also people who won't do it, but maybe for different reasons. So if any of you have other reasons, let us know. Right? Let us know in the comment section. Why would you not, and why would you personalize? Okay. I'm not sure if this picture tells you what kind of thing that I would not buy when it comes to luxury, but I will never, ever spend my hard-earned money on PVC bags, especially luxury. Have you
agree.
Yeah, this is just like, no. It's not that I love leather. I love leather. But this is nothing to do with the leather part. This is PVC. This is plastic, people. And they sell it to you at 500 times the price.
I know.
It's so crazy. I think when I saw the PVC, the one on the top left, which is this beautiful like aquamarine transparent, it just looks so oceany, the beach vibes and all of that. It was like $5,000-$6,000. I swear, I just could not bring myself to even look at it. Like, crazy amount of money. And okay, this is colored, right? But if you see the other two, it's transparent. Have you not seen your plastic in the house 20 years later? It turns yellow. it turns yellow. Like plastic turns yellow over time. So anyway, I would never ever spend my hard-earned money or ever even consider buying something with PVC. Even if it's just if let's say the whole bag and it has like a window of PVC, even that I would just say no, because longevity is also something that I think about. There was a backpack, but I couldn't find the right picture. A Chanel backpack, which half was leather and half of it was like
Oh yeah, I
see-through
remember.
PVC. That's one. So the other reason why I would not buy, like would never ever buy a PVC bag is because it's see-through. I know it's about the see-through, transparency. It's kind of fun. You can show off all your SLGs, but no. Have you seen my bag? My bag is a dumpster. Okay, I mean, I put everything inside, but sometimes, there'll be a random piece of tissue in there. Like, do you want to see that? So anyway, it's just for fun. Like, if any of you have this, don't get offended. But for me, I just can't. I can't.
I think between the white and this, I draw the line at this for sure, because white, you made a really good point. You said 500 times. Who knows? Maybe it's even more than that, because it's luxury, right?
Plastic.
So they're already making money off of you, off of even good quality leather bag, right? The markup is there for a good reason, the branding, all those things. But this is just another level of just robbing you, basically. If you let them rob you, it's fine. If you like that, it's fine. Like, we're not saying don't do these things, but these are definitely things that we would refrain from doing. And I have to say that even if it was not luxury, I would probably not buy even an Amazon version of a PVC bag. I just feel like I'll get tired of the style so fast. Like, I literally would wear it for that season, maybe even half of that season, and I would be tired of it already. There's just something about it that is cool for when you have it, like at that moment, when you just hold it and you're looking at it, or maybe when you see it on the runway, it's cool to look at it when it's styled, everything for that vibe and everything. But I don't know about owning it for longer than a minute.
Yeah, and I can imagine, every time you press the base, like black, that plastic feeling, like
or if you use it in the summer and you're sweating and it gets all sticky
sweating
on it.
I don't know. Anyway, if any of you have it, let us know. Let us know how is it holding up, because this was like maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, right? This trend.
I think 2009. 18, 19, I think.
Yeah, because 2020 didn't happen, so we're losing track of time.
No, but I have to say it looks nice. It's just that it's only fun at the moment, and if it's it feels very vibe, like it's a certain vibe, right?
Yeah,
Which I don't dress that way myself.
Totally.
It's very vacation, very
vacation. It's very summer, and I'm surprised that the spring summer collection coming out doesn't have any, maybe. Okay, so this one, for visual, it is big bags. I guess it's also with what Amy said, heavy bags. For me, it's very large bags. So this is a Birkin. I think I found a Birkin 40 on Google, and then this is obviously the tote, the book tote. And the reason is because it is so large, it is actually very heavy. So this is hitting the 3 pound, maybe 4 pound mark. I think the book tote is light, but because it's so big, there's a tendency to put a lot of things inside. And I've seen some girls around Singapore carrying the book tote, the original big size, and it looks ginormous. It's like this big. It's not doesn't look comfortable putting on the shoulder because it's like bulky. And I think the Birkin 40 is also one. So anything with large bags, I actually am not a fan of, and I will I'm quite sure I will never ever buy it. The experience with the DeVille tote was a good and bad one, I guess, because it's it told me and it taught me that I'm not a very big bag girl. I have the fear of putting too many things inside, making it too heavy, and therefore damaging the bag, even though it is supposed to be a bag to put a lot of things. But because it's luxury, I also have this consideration of, do I really want to fit it so much where the straps will be pulled and dragged and the handles will be elongated because of the weight of the bag? If it was any, night market bag, I wouldn't think twice about stuffing it until the seams break. But when it comes to luxury, I feel like it's never meant to be stuffed, even though the size means it could be stuffed. Yeah, so I would never. I'm very confident. Actually, I think I'm very confident to say never would buy it again. Actually, again, because the bill was a mistake, right?
Yeah. I have to. The thing is, I have to agree with maybe just for personal reason. Not, I feel like there are people who do use their luxury for work, and they do actually, they really use it, and it gets rough because you are using it for work. You are putting your laptop in it. It's heavy, and and for them that's what they like for their luxury items to be used. I think it's more personal, at least if I speak for myself, that when it comes to a work bag, I really don't need luxury, just something that is sturdy, that holds my things, that's light, that has mini compartments. But when it comes to dressing up and going out and seeing my friends, going vacation, I like my bags to be nice, okay? And then that's why I keep them in pristine condition, but also that's why I like them to be smaller, because I'm usually only really carrying a nice luxury bag when I'm either, going out or going to a party or traveling. Like, those are the occasions, or meeting up with my girlfriends, those are the occasions that I like to kind of just be more put together. But when it comes to working and everything, I want to be comfortable because I need my brain to function and all those things. I'm not like super sloppy or anything, but like I'm just a different sort of person in a way. Yeah. So I think this is more of a personal thing, but yeah, definitely it would tie in with my more than 2-pound handbag. That just, for luxury, that's just a no-go for me. So naturally, a large bag would not work either.
Yeah, agree. So the lady that I saw carrying this Christian Dior large tote bag, she is a lawyer. I met her. And I mean, for her, it made absolute sense because the lady, she was carrying like a stack of papers, right, to the office. But for exactly what and I agree with you about it being very personal, because for her, it's functional, right? She's not, it's a stylish, functional bag. But
she probably has to see clients too, right?
And she goes to see clients with a computer, and you've got like 10 stacks of files and everything. The poor lady's like carrying it like that, but she looks good. But for me, when I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, poor bag. So you're right. It's absolutely personal. I think I think it also comes to the fact that I'm not 100% committed to my bag. When I'm 100% committed to it, I really use it. So there are some bags that I'm 100% committed to it. It's like, I love it so much, I will just use it. But maybe when it comes to certain trendier bags, I just tend to want to try and keep it pristine just in case. So maybe that's just a personal risk, risk, aversion when it comes to bags that I don't know if it's going to be in my collection for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the last one. Oh no, there's one more. Okay, this is the fun one. Yeah. Okay.
That middle one is so, wow. That's a bag?
Yeah, that's a bag. Okay, so I wanted to frame this last picture in a way that I would never ever buy excessively trendy. Excessively.
Is this really trendy though? It's just very
eccentric, excessive, just for that moment bag.
Yeah, it is. It's a moment.
And I saw this. This is a real shirt, people. This is from Burberry. I just had to end it on a fun note, right? We're so serious at the start. We're like, this is real. This is real, real luxury. Okay. That's a Burberry shirt. The middle is off-white. It is their astronaut bag or some like asteroid. It's like holes, okay? And the last one is a Bottega fringe bag. I swear, this is I don't know. If you all can come up with a name, like a collective word for this, I don't know what is it. Eccentric? Is it crazy? No, it's not crazy. It's fashion forward.
It's art.
It's art.
It's artistic. Like I would put it on a wall. I wouldn't wear this. I would frame it.
And again, I think it's also because both of us are, we work for our money. We're not walking down. Maybe Amy one day you will, but I don't think I ever
What?
will. Walking down, Paris Fashion Week kind of thing, and
Oh,
you know,
even
yeah.
then, no.
and
I
carrying
won't-
a. So, anyway, the shirt, obviously, ladies, please don't wear that. And the bag with a hole, it's definitely an accessory. And the blouse bag, I think I've seen on Instagram some people buy this. For me, I have a fear of, you know what? This bag, when I'm walking up the escalator,
Oh,
it gets caught in the steps as it goes up, and your bag just gets ripped into the yeah. So I'm ending it with this because this is never ever will buy this type of arty bags.
Yeah. No, me neither. I think it's okay to buy stuff that's fun sometimes. I would call this fun and artistic, but maybe not when it comes to, money, premium luxury money. That's a bit, I draw the line there. I don't.
Yeah, because it's a lot of money, I'm sure. I
Yeah.
mean, whether it's a few $100s for a shirt. Well, I could buy you a $10 shirt and cut 2 holes. Okay, we hope you enjoyed that deck of slides. It was fun. It's not always so serious, but yeah, fun. So if you have any questions for us, leave a bunch of question marks at the front so that help us see we are on a different platform. So I'm gonna stop.
There are many, by the way. Yeah, to go back up to 817, I think that's the first question.
Oh my god, let me just find a way to come back to the live stream. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me just scroll and see. Wow. Okay, so EB, thank you. Thank you for the super sticker. Ooh. Oh, that was funny, huh? That whole
Those are great
I don't know
slides.
who sent it to me, that shirt like a few months ago, and
Really?
it was somebody sent it to me. It's like,
It's hilarious.
you can buy it on Farfetch. It's on discount.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I could maybe see not wearing just one shirt, like just that shirt. Maybe if you wore something underneath and then wore that on top. Like Fashion Week, like you could do something like that. I wouldn't just wear the t-shirt with 2 holes, obviously.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about the panic attack and I had just now. I was like, oh my god, not right now at 11 o'clock, people. It's like,
Is there another one?
No. It's
Okay.
yeah, no. It just happens to be when our live stream starts at 11. There is
Oh,
this
yeah.
activity that happens at 11 as well. So there was like a error in the system exactly at 11 o'clock. All right, so okay, here we go. Jordan, which would you choose? Chanel Walk in black caviar with gold hardware. Okay, I got that visual. Or a Chanel Walk in burgundy caviar with gold hardware. I can only have one. Okay.
Oh, that's hard.
You have actually, like if you had to pick your Gabrielle, burgundy or black? No, black.
The thing is, I feel like the style of the Gabrielle looks so good in black That's the first one that I bought, right? But when it comes to a walk, I feel like sometimes walks, because they're so small and they're slim and they're kind of long, I feel like they almost get lost when you wear it. That's how I feel when I try on a walk. It sits so low too because this chain is so long. So I almost feel like a color would be kind of a nice pop. But having said that, I'm guessing that you love both. So really go with what your heart tells you. I honestly feel like either one would be not a problem because it's so small anyway. A little pop of color is okay. And you can never go wrong with black.
Yeah.
Go with the safe color, call it boring, whatever, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which
And
one would you choose?
I mean, I would go for the safe color, which is black. But there's nothing wrong with going with black. I think over the years, I've learned that just go with what you feel comfortable with your wardrobe, and don't get swayed by, oh, I should have a pop of color. You know, that kind of thing. Just don't get swayed by that. It is a good idea, but if you can't assimilate it into your wardrobe or the way you wear, or things like that, then you end up not wearing it.
Yeah.
And you must have just gotten black. So for me, I would go black, but I do love burgundy. Burgundy is a safer red.
Yes.
So it also is very, very beautiful. But if I had to choose, I think I would go with black.
Yeah. I think black is never a bad idea. So black is always a good idea. So in case you are like, anytime you are in doubt, just go with black. That's just how I would go about it.
Okay, Razia Banks, would you buy a Chanel vintage XL maxi with a large CC logo in red? Is it too flashy? Is it too big for a red bag? Please advise. Thank you.
There's so many red bag questions today.
Yeah, for me, 100%, the answer is no. I am very definite about that. Like, I would never, I should have put there. No, I didn't want to put never buy a red bag again. I think at this point in my life, I am not keen on a red bag. Right. So I prefer white, but yeah. So no, asking me this question today, it's definitely no, especially the maxi. It's like this big.
But I'm picturing it and it looks fabulous though.
Yeah,
the thing is, I agree with what you said about you are in a different place right now where you just want your collection to be functional and you just don't have to think about it. Whereas I'm sure there was another period in time, like when I was a lot younger, I used to dress so colorful, right? Color blocking and everything. But now I am a lot safer in a way. So it just depends. I feel like which season of style are you in? Like, not season of life, but season of style. Which one are you in? Because I can picture it and it looks really amazing. The thing is this a forever item? And do you want it to be a forever item? If you just want to have fun with it, then sure, go for it. But if you think that it will most likely be a forever item, that you want to wear it for many, many, many years to come, there might be a chance that you could get tired of it, unless red is just your absolute favorite color. So yeah, again, safer to go with black. In this, like, black maxi vintage XL is so good too. Like, even better actually. Like, I would get the black one.
Yeah, because this gold is the 24K gold, so it's like
big
gold,
CC. Yeah,
big CC, and I think I know which one you're talking about. So I'm trying to imagine the red, and personally, I am not confident enough to wear the red because it is like an A4 size.
It's a lot of red. Yeah,
it's a lot of bag and a lot of red, plus with the gold. So it is, for me, quite flashy. I do like my flashy things, but I just feel like maybe that's much for me. But the black is actually really beautiful as well.
The black is so good. I mean, every time I see it, it's just, I mean, it would go so well with your juste un clou because you have like that big flashy juste un clou. In my opinion, that's very statement. So Yeah, it really just depends if you're a red person. If not, probably safer to go with black. Yeah.
Okay, Diana. If an Hermes essay has offered you a Lindy 26, Mini Evelyn, Haslan, and you bought all. However, when asked about a Birkin and Kelly, there is no reply. Would you continue with such an essay?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think the no reply part is quite common though, because um I feel like the essays don't really, even if they want to tell you, they wouldn't tell you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if there may be a chance that you could get offered, they don't necessarily tell you until it happens. And it depends on the personality of the essay. I mean, just speaking from asking for different people, like I was told, you know, some of my friends' essays, they don't really tell them anything, and then all of a sudden they get offered exactly what they wanted. You know what I mean? Like, she would give them, say, 20 to 30 options of what she would want as a, say, a Kelly or Birkin. She never hears anything about it until the day she gets offered. So I feel like it's common,
yeah.
right? It depends on the essay. You know what I
Stressful
mean?
though. Stressful.
Yeah. It is stressful. Yeah.
I mean, I empathize because you bought everything, right? You bought the
Yeah.
Mini, you bought the Evelyn, you bought the what is that? The Haslan, and you bought everything. And then when it comes to the one that you actually want, they sort of like become mute. Wow, tough question. Whether will you continue with such an essay?
What does your gut tell you to? You know, sometimes I
Okay,
feel like
in my gut will say, that would be my gut feeling, like, get away from me. But my financial feeling would be like, oh my God, I can't start again. Like, I can't start
yeah,
again. So
exactly.
I might suck it up for a while.
Right.
Yeah, for a while. Like, I might have to give myself, like, how long? Maybe another year. But not to say another year of spending with this essay, because just another year of
Waiting.
waiting and trimming down my expenses with this essay.
Yeah.
Maybe just buy like a Tweely once in a while and just go in and like, hello, where is my Birkin? I bought like 5, 6 other bags from you. But don't keep spending on her or him, and just give yourself, okay, I'm going to wait one more year and do it with this essay, and then cut it if it still doesn't happen. Because in Singapore, you are tied to that essay and that shop. So if that essay is not helping you, it is better to change your essay already. That's how it is. So, but if you already spend with that essay, if you buy with another essay, you have to start the whole process again. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I think if it's just happening for me, like if my essay was doing this, I would, and I've already invested in that essay quite a bit, considering I bought a Mini Lindy, a Haslan, and everything else. I would take a break from spending, but still work with that essay and actually be kind of irritating, like hello, 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 until a certain period of time, and I'll cut it.
Yeah. I think that's good advice. And
Okay.
at the end of the day, I think you know best, Diana. Like, you probably know best about the
This
actual
essay,
relationship. Yeah. Yeah.
you get a feeling of it when after a while you're like
Mhm.
sort of like, Okay, Evie, speaking of duplicates, I am hoping to get your opinion on a bag choice. Okay. Should I get a second medium large, classic flap? I have the gold hardware, or keep saving and play the H game for a third Kelly? Whoa, girl.
Wow, so that means you already have one medium large and you already have two Kellys. Which one do you like more?
Mm,
Which one do you think is more versatile for you, you know? Like, I know we both Kat and I, we don't own the medium large because, well, we don't have it, but also even if we did own it, we probably wouldn't wear it as often. is probably more of an occasional bag. So having said that, if I were you, probably a Kelly. I don't know. It's hard because it depends. If the medium large is a really good color combination, yeah, that can
Do you
sway me
get a lot
too.
of use of out of? Do you get a lot of use out of the medium large
Yeah.
flap? Because was it last week that we did the video? Clara has shared with us. She said that her medium large is not. It doesn't get a lot of use, and I think we also got
Yeah.
comments about the medium large being a bag that doesn't fit a lot. It's not as versatile as maybe a Kelly, because a Kelly is just a single flap and you can put everything inside because a top handle, blah, blah. So we love the look of the medium large, and of course iconic is an iconic bag from Chanel. Having one is obviously like wow, especially at these prices now. But we also spoke, I think, I'm not sure was it in a live or I spoke to you, Amy, about continuously buying and spending in Hermes to get the bag. And
That is
whether
not
that is
something that we want to do.
that's not something that we want to do. Obviously, if our essays are watching this, they would know that there is a there is probably gonna be a full stop to this game. It's very, very expensive, right? I think
Mhm.
after a point in time, how much things can you buy at Hermes? We know it.
Yeah.
Like we're not that crazy. We're not gonna buy every single like thing, even a hair clip from Hermes. No, we're not gonna do that because no, we're not. We didn't strike a lotto or something. But yeah, it's really, really expensive to keep playing the game. So you've got
And
two
it's
already,
stressful too.
and it's stressful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stressful. And at the end of the day, how I don't know, maybe I'm saying it because I feel like I'm putting you in my shoes, but I just how many times can I use my bag if I have too many of them? Do you know what I mean? Like when you have too many duplicates, you can only rotate so many times, right? And you have other bags too. I'm sure you don't just have the medium large and the Kellys, right? You have other bags too. And you want to give them all love. So at the end of the day, even if you have like we don't want to say no to you, but at the same time think about like how often will you actually get to use each of them, and if it's very little, are you okay with that? Because maybe you're a collector and that's fine. But you have to be okay with that. I think for us, well, as for me anyway, I don't know if I see myself owning more. I want to say more than one Birkin Kelly, but honestly, even if I were to be more excessive, 2 Kellys, 2 Birkins, I don't see myself owning more than 2 of each, because where am I going to use it for? Like, and how often can I use? I already have 4, and plus my whole Chanel collection. Like, how many times can I use each bag? And I don't use them every single day. Like, I'm working, so it's only the weekends, really, honestly, and some date nights during the week. So when I think of it that way, I am content with having the one of each in a way, you know? But yeah, I think to answer your question,
It's hard, this one.
I know.
The thing about the Birkins and the Kellys and the medium large, there are people who just buy those. Like when you,
Yes.
yeah, it's not like if you look at my collection, when I did my collection video, it's like I've got bags, all kinds of bags, weird shapes and everything. But once you go into this, like these 3 types, this particular design, I have seen people who just have multiples, right? Not even
Yes.
2, multiple medium larges, like colors, materials, and it looks amazing. And then they have like people who just have Kellys, like 25, 20, and different colors, different sizes, and it looks amazing as well. So it's really difficult, this question. But if you don't have it, like if you don't have the Kelly, the Birkin, and the medium large, and you're not a person who just enjoys that bag, then you're like probably like us, we like a variety of other things. So Uh, maybe we'll ask you. Well, I'll ask you in sense like how Amy did. Which do you find more functional for your lifestyle? I think that would at least give you a kickstart on which one you would go for. Yeah, not so helpful, but yeah,
Yeah.
we tried. This is your turn, Kelly. We're jealous. We're just jealous.
Or maybe I would just choose the medium large because I only have the one. Like I have the one in your shoes. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, is the bag okay, Can, is the same bag in different size considered a duplicate? So okay, so this is like the Kelly 20, 25.
Not as much. It's not as much of a duplicate.
It's like me and my Birkin 30 and 25. They are duplicates in my mind.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have an issue with it. Actually, I think I do have a little bit. I do, because now when I look at the both bags, I feel wasteful because I'm not using my 30. I'm gravitating to my 25.
That's exactly what I was trying to say earlier. How you have two Birkins, two Kellys. Like, how many times are you going to use each of them, right? You have to give love to each of them.
Yeah.
So to you, if it's even if it's a different size, it's a duplicate.
Yeah, it is.
So it's very lifestyle depending.
It looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
And I have considered letting it go, my 30, because of my 25. But I listen to the viewers. Okay, I listen to the viewers who have spoken to me or commented on my videos and said, don't let your 30 go. I'm like, okay, I hear you. Wise words. Because sometimes it's in our heads, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we talk ourselves into it for some reason. So, but yeah, I feel like for me, I think it is. For you, it's not?
Not as much, but I understand where you're coming from too, because we're not talking about IKEA bags that cost $5. Okay,
Yeah.
one $5, one $10. No.
Oh, I got all of them.
Like
another one. I need another IKEA bag.
I mean, 5-figure. But it's just they're just very expensive, right? You can do a lot with that kind of money. And so it puts pressure on you when you're so considerate about every other aspect of your life too, right? Like, you gotta pay this, gotta pay that, you want to travel, this and that. So there's a lot of things that you can do with that money. So I understand from that point of view. But from the point of view of your viewers telling you don't let it go, I also kind of agree, because well, you know how I became more of someone who just started adding and never letting anything go for that 1 or 2 year period. It was a good thing that I did that, because I gave myself like a year or two to really sit with the item and to really make a more informed decision whether I at the end did let it go or not. It was a point where I was more than 100% sure whether I wanted to let an item go or not. So I agree with both of you, basically. I agree with what you are thinking, and I agree with what your viewers are saying. So maybe, yeah, I would say also keep it for now. And then
I'm keeping it for now.
And then in the long, in a year time, maybe, or year and a half time, you can decide. Maybe one day you start using it and then you're gonna fall back in love with it and that you're gonna keep using it. Or you decide that 25 is
FOMO.
It's hard because those are really hard to get items too, which is exactly how I felt about my Chanel collection. They were so hard to come by. Like, I hustled to get those things. Sometimes I call myself lucky to even be able to buy those things. So I held on to them. I held on. yeah, and now I'm ready for a new chapter, and I'm okay with letting some go. Just some, okay? Some.
Everyone's gonna email Amy tonight. She's gonna let some more bags go.
No.
Okay, Snowflake. This is something that crossed my mind. Which white bags would you recommend from non-luxury brands? So when I did that slide on the white bags, it did cross my mind whether I would buy a non-luxury white bag. And I thought about it, maybe Coach, I would consider. Um, what's the other brand? Like Longchamp. They do have like fully white bags. The La Pliage is super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go with those.
I 100% agree. That's how I was able to experience like really light color cream bags, white bags. I used to own, was there at least one or two Coach that was very light, but obviously I had worn it so much because I wore it every day. It was my everyday handbag. And it was a shoulder one that's quite short. So it literally sat, you know, it was like, well, it had a pretty good size handle, but it stopped at my waist or upper hip, right? So it kept rubbing on my jacket, wool jacket in the winter. So it was gray on one side. So that was the side that I always, you know, wore on my shoulder. The other side was still nice, but like it was gray basically. But it's okay because it's a Coach bag. I really, really used it, so I didn't feel wasteful. I literally threw anything in it. I used it as my everyday bag, and it popped as a color when it was against my black jacket or, you know, brown jacket. So I had my fun and my time with it. And I'm okay with, you know, that kind of price range. But when it comes to like thousands and thousands of dollars, then I'm way more careful, and I'm not as at ease using them. Even though I love the look, but I'm just not as at ease. Yeah.
But yeah, Coach. I think Coach does come up with a lot of white bags.
Yeah, Coach is beautiful. Like their leather is actually, their hardware and leather sometimes is way, I'm like complaining, way better than like LV. Like LV, you got like the two-tone hardware. Like what's up with that? Like, you know, we still love LV, but you know, there's just some things you're like, what's up with that? Even Coach can do it better than you. So yeah, Coach is amazing. Yeah. Their classics are so beautiful.
Okay, thank you. All right, June. Hi, ladies. I want to get a square mini, but they are impossible to get now. Should I consider seasonal styles? Thoughts? Are they hard to get? I mean, I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They are still hard to get, huh?
Yeah, they are. I think they usually sell out. Maybe she's going after like a black one, so it's really hard to get. They usually sell out really quickly. They don't really stay on the floor, if they even appear on the floor. Should you get a seasonal style? It depends. Because I have some seasonal bags that I love, like the bucket bag. Well, all the other ones are they're seasonal, but they kind of come back so often, so I almost consider them classic. But yeah, some seasonal bags are really cute and they are worth it. But if you have your heart set on something and you absolutely want just the classic, well, I say classic, but you know what I mean, like the classic square mini, then wait for it. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I'd say wait for it. Like,
yeah,
if your heart wants that, years of lessons learned, is stick with the one that you want. Even if it takes a little bit longer, a little bit harder, you gotta hustle harder. I think that would be the one that will make you more happy than just to go for the second choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Shanna, have you ever bought a handbag, never used it, and then sell it? Yes.
I think I have, but was it a handbag or was it? Yeah, actually I have, but it was, it was very short lived. Like, remember I told you the Gabrielle backpack. I literally bought it. I tried it at home the evening, and I'm like, I sold it the next day. It was very short-lived. The boy bag was very similar. I think I tried using it. I did not like the experience. It just the bulkiness and the style just didn't work with me. So then I sold it. So do you consider that using? I guess so. Like, I mean, it has been worn, but it's literally kind of experimenting almost. You're not really heavily wearing it. You're not really using it, you know. So yeah.
I have bought the rose gold. Remember, I had one. I
Oh
also
yeah.
and I bought it. I was like, I sold it. Other than that, I don't buy to sell, but I
Yeah.
think I have bought and then realized that I never used it, and I in the end maybe after a while I just said, you know what, just sell it.
Mm-hmm.
For example, my mini reissue still
Oh.
sitting in the box 2 years later. No, wait, that's it 2 years already? Has it been 2 years? No. It
No,
happened
you
in
bought it last year, I think.
2020. Yeah, I bought that exactly almost a year. It's still sitting in the box. Like, I should sell it, right?
Some things are just yeah, some things are just not meant. They're just not meant for you. I think there was a bit of hype as well because the reissue mini was, obviously still very hard to get, and they haven't
They haven't come
actually
out.
they have made it, but it's kind of calmed down a little bit. Like they just sometimes made it in tweed, and it didn't come back every single season, right? It was like more every alternating season, so it's still very sought after, but it's just one of those things. When it first came out, like everyone was so hyped about it, and it's still a great bag. It's just that if it's not for you, it's just not for you, right? So yeah, I totally get it.
We'll see.
It's kind of like the boy for me. It was such a hype. Everyone had it. Everyone loved it, and I was I really wanted it because I keep seeing it. And everybody wore it so well. Finally, I got a chance to buy one because it was always sold out too. It was that too, like the hype plus the fact that it was so hard to get. So when you finally get a chance to buy it, I'm like, don't even think about it. I just bought it, only to realize that it's not really meant for me. So yeah, it does happen, and it's fine. That's not considered buying to sell though. Your intention was not to sell it.
True.
Yeah.
I wanted it, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, people. I know a lot of people are looking at my medium large like, Kat, are you selling your bag? We will see. Okay, EB, I am tired of the H pre-spend. I'm sure
Yeah.
it is a lot. But maybe I'll get lucky. Yep. At the same time, I can't imagine what the medium large price will be in a few years. I recently downsized from 23 to 12. Wow. Well
That's
done.
really good. Yeah.
Really, really good. Duplicates only for classics. Yeah. So I think when it comes to classics, it's a totally different conversation because those are only ones that we can bring ourselves to duplicate, and it's worth duplicating as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot imagine what the medium large is gonna be like in a few years.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably doubling because it doubled, right? It doubled from, well, okay. I think 2016, it was in the $6,000 mark, and now it's basically 10,000.
It will
Is it gonna
double in a
double?
couple of years, sure, for sure.
It's almost, yeah.
Yeah, it's there just a little bit. It's like 80% of what it used to be.
Yes. It's so crazy to even think that it would double. Oh my god.
Okay, just hello, ladies. Good topic. Thank you. If it was a good topic, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Make sure you
Yes.
subscribe. What do you do when you get a bag? Then a color you like better comes out later. Sell the other bag, get the new color.
Really? It does happen. It's true. I think that is why it's so important to never settle. So why did you even buy this one in the first place? And then the better color came out. You know what I mean? Which is why black is always an easy one. Like black, there's never any better color than black. Except if you already own the black one, then okay, I guess, you know. Have I? No, I've never done that. I've never sold something because a better color came about, because I always just
two
bought.
choices, right? Two choices.
Yeah.
Either bought the bag, better color comes out, buy another bag. Or
that's what I did, I think. Yeah. I just bought it, duplicating.
Sell the bag and then get the better color. So
yeah.
Or the third choice is just like, okay, too bad, and don't think about it anymore.
Yeah, basically. But
that's hard, I know.
It's hard because if I advise you to just buy it, then you end up with duplicates, which is what I'm trying not to do. But yeah, if you bought it and just to sell your first one, I mean, that's okay, I guess. It's just a lot of hassle. It's a lot of hassle and it's not easy. Yeah. How much do you love it? How much? Like, I loved the gray color because I bought the gray as my second cocoa handle. I love the gray so much I had to get it. So I am glad that I have it. Yeah, maybe do what Kat said, just buy it and then sell your first one. Or buy it, keep it for a while, then decide which one, if you ever even need to sell one.
Correct. Yeah, because I mean, I'm assuming that you're talking about a Chanel bag.
Yeah.
And with Chanel, I feel like there's still a good chance of selling and getting back whatever you paid for. So if you can't afford it and you're okay with buying another bag, I would say go with the color that you like, because Chanel's colors do just disappear off the shelf.
They disappear, yeah.
Yeah, then you just get that and then do what Amy did. Just have the bag around for a while and then decide which one you like better and let go of one. It might be painful. It will be painful to sell. But you like the new bag better, right?
Yeah.
I'm more of the like, if a new color comes out, I'll be like, bugger. And then I just let it be, because I already made the decision to buy this color. Unless I have like that color just blows my mind, then I'll buy it. And then I would do the other one, which I will sell the old one.
Okay, no, I want to ask you now.
Okay.
So you have the black Birkin right now, right? 25. What if you get offered a jaune?
Okay, we should play this game, yeah? So now that I have a black Birkin and then my essay offers me a jaune ombre, which is the yellow, very popular yellow Birkin. Jaune ombre, gold hardware, Togo, B25, and says, you want it? I'll be like, yeah, let me take it. And then I'll have a black and I'll have a yellow. So then I will sell my gold.
Okay, so you would still keep both, basically.
That's true. I'll have at least two, yeah. Because that's a color that blowed my mind.
Yeah, you just have to make it work, basically. Sell something else to make it work.
Sell something else. Then, of course, if another color comes along. No, I think, you know what? Honestly, I don't see myself more than, if I ever like have that chance, right, to get another Birkin, I really don't see myself with more than two. Like that is all I can even imagine, because I think at 3 Birkins, like three of them is overwhelming. It's like, it's a house, okay, sitting in front of me.
It's a car.
Yeah. Well, plus the pre-spend, it's a house.
Oh yes, it's true. Oh my god,
it's crazy. Like,
yeah,
are you crazy? I'm not crazy. So I think I can't. I think for me, I can't. I just no. Unless I have no more expenses in my life, that's all I do.
Mhm.
Then maybe, right? But I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I think it will stress me out.
Yeah, I have to agree.
So anyway, okay, coming back to here. Joe overjoyed. I have a YSL Lu mini camera bag in white and it's indestructible. I emptied a whole cup of coffee on it and it was fine. That's crazy.
That's great. That's good to hear. At least now, so whoever wants a white bag but luxury still, go for the YSL camera bag.
She's got even one more. Here we go. And my baby puked all over on it.
That is an amazing white bag.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's a advice.
Actually, even Jennifer said she has the Cassie Coach just above that.
Said who needs
but
it?
not
I used
luxury.
Carbon Pro spray and never got color transfer on my white bag. That's another thing, you know. We'll talk about shortly. So Jennifer saying, Coach Cassie in white. I wanted a white bag, but not a luxury one. Yeah, Coach Cassie. That I've seen a few white bags.
Mm-hmm.
So the carbon spray one. Have you ever used anything on your bags? Like
no, I never do. I'm like you. I'm like you. I don't like to modify, and to me, spraying is modifying.
Yeah.
But I get it because I think especially if you live in an environment like climate-wise, it's just very easy to get icky and like. Whereas for me, it's not so much because I don't know, in Vancouver, it's pretty dry. So I've never had any issues maintaining my bags per se. I mean, the Coach was an exception because I was wearing it in my armpit type of thing, like literally on my armpit every single day as my everyday bag. So that's different. I don't want to say never, that I would never condition or spray a handbag in the future, but as of right now, I don't have the need to.
Same. I think when it comes to new bags, like when brand new, one way to protect the bag from what I've seen on YouTube is to use Apple Guard. I've seen people use that for like the Vachetta.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm not committed and I'm afraid of what it would do because you, in a way, modifying in the bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you, like, I live in a country that rains a lot, Singapore. It's humid, it rains a lot. I would rather just not use the bag for those rainy days than to spray chemicals on it. If it's an older bag, like maybe my Speedy 25, which is so old, I would, okay, it's basically no value anymore. Then I would just test it out. But for my newer bags, to protect it from elements, I would think many times. But so far, a lot of people have commented that it does work. Yeah. Anyway, okay, going on. Miss B, I love my Gucci Marmont white bag. It's my only white. I would never buy a Chanel one, but it's a nice pop of color for summer. Okay. And I think we had one from, Rebecca. And coming from Chanel, I had a Chanel in white, but it would get color transfer from my car seat. I used leather protector and was able to wipe it off, but I sold it after and a couple of times. Yeah. Too much of a commitment.
It's never fun because you have this ideal that you want in my case, I guess there's a little bit of perfectionist too. Like you just want your things to be the way that you want them to be. You know, it's not being unreasonable either. I know things get wear and tear, yes, for sure. But it can also get just acceptable light wear and tear, you know. Getting color transfer is not one of them.
Oh, my Gabrielle had color transfer. I think that was like my trigger to be very, very afraid of light color bags. Because can you imagine? I love that bag and then it rubbed on my coat it got color transfer that seeped into the leather. It took me
Yeah.
so long to get it out. What a nightmare. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, Shanna, I think this is for Amy. Chanel Classic Small or Chanel Medium Flat with the top handle from 21S, which is better?
Oh, which is better? Oh, wow. Okay, I feel like even though the classic small is slightly bigger, it's not really that much bigger. I personally prefer having the top handle, even if it's a mini, especially because it's a mini, actually, because the minis are so good. They're such good bags. They're small, but they're not that small, you know. They're so close to the class, like, especially a small classic flap. Those are really small, actually. I mean, they look great. The small classic flap looks great. I like the top handle a lot. I just like it. I like the chain dangling while you're wearing it. I mean, holding it. I even like it when you're wearing it crossbody with the little top handle kind of just hanging out on its own. I'm telling you, it's taking a lot out of me because I want it. I actually still want it, but like it's not available right now. Like we are either out of stock or we haven't received all of them, so I cannot buy it anyway. But I would personally go with the top handle one. It's a better price too.
Yeah, it is a better
Sometimes
price.
sometimes getting an item that is a better price can be to your advantage, especially if you think that down the road you get tired of it. The less you pay for it, but it goes up in price more, and because it's more popular, you have a better chance at breaking even or making profit even. So I kind of like that aspect of it. A classic flap small, is this going to be your forever bag? I'm not saying that don't buy a classic flap. I think for us, or for me, I'm not going to buy one anymore because it's just too expensive now, and it's, you know, it was in the past already. But if it was something that I think I want to buy as a forever, I'm going to wear it till I'm 80, then maybe the classic flap is also a good idea in this scenario. So from which angle are you looking at it from? Which one would you choose?
Top handle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would too.
When I first saw the top handle, I was a bit like, it's kind of weird. Like, just not sure about the
Really?
oh,
I
yeah,
really
yeah.
love
I was like, it's rectangular. Now it's got a top handle. But it's growing on me. It's growing on me, and I do like a top handle. So, but between the two, I would pick the mini flap with the top handle because functionally the small is really small, and the
Yeah,
price is
yeah.
crazy. It's so much more, and there's the it's just because it's a classic flap, but that extra double flap takes up so much space. So I would rather pay a little less and get a bit more space.
It's probably annoying too.
Because it's so small, it's like this big only. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It's
Okay.
so cute though, but yeah, for the price, nah.
Okay, Razia. In my opinion, a good alternative to white can be metallics.
Yeah.
Silver, gold, rose gold. What do you think?
Oh, especially silver.
Mm,
But if it's a very light shade of gold, that can be really pretty too. And rose gold, obviously. I
mhm.
agree.
Yep. Agreed.
Metallics is a different way of maintaining it, though. It's more about not scratching off that metallic surface rather than, because I don't think metallic is as easy to get color transfer. You can, but like it's more about not getting that surface of the metallic off.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also, I'm not sure whether metallic has fading over time. So when I almost bought a metallic bag 5, 6 years ago when I was in Chanel, and my essay actually swayed me away from buying the metallic bag because it was a
Ooh.
silver bowling bag, and I was just wowed by it because I always love bowling bag styles. And I saw this metallic one in Chanel, and she said, "Don't." she actually didn't want to do my sale. She was like,
Wow.
maybe it was my question. I can't recall what I asked her. I said, maybe I asked her how I care for it or how would it wear over time. I must have asked something like that. And bless her, because she was so honest. She was like, it's a bit hard to care for. And I think what she meant was that it could rub, right? And over time, the shine doesn't stay. So, that was 5 years ago. Maybe now every technology gets better. Maybe then that was how metallics were. So I didn't buy it in the end.
Could it be the size?
Could be the size as well.
Yeah.
It was like this big.
Oh, it's pretty big.
Yeah,
okay. I think metallic, I would still prefer keeping it small. Like I have that really metallic gold card holder.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
This is amazing. This is so small and like, yeah, I wouldn't mind a mini in metallic. That would be a really. I mean, all my bags are mini anyway. What am I talking about? But you get the idea.
Kobe girl, I just got a small Chanel classic flap, but hoping to carry as a crossbody. Should I go for lengthening the strap? I feel like it is somewhat more acceptable customization for better versatility. I still stand by the fact. I still stand by the fact that you shouldn't be permanently altering the bag. So, but I did consider it for the Chanel 19. Remember, I told you the Chanel 19, when they first launched it, the strap was way too long for me, and I actually approached the SA and said, can you do shortening services, because I really love the bag, but it just needs to be like 3 links shorter. And the thing the SA said to me is, once you shorten it, they don't do it. The store doesn't do it. They have to do it to a third party. But the moment you do it, Chanel will never take it back for any repair services, whether it's not even part of the chain. You have altered the bag. So anything they do, they don't want to be responsible for anymore. So they told me that, and I was like, okay, never altering the strap. But if you find that to be better for you and you've already bought it, well, lengthening is hard. I know people.
You know why I would say no in this scenario? Because why don't you just buy a mini and have a mini and a small? Because the mini has a longer strap anyway, and you can have both. And also, I feel like, is your classic flap a vintage? Because if it's a vintage, maybe your chances of Chanel like needing their aftercare, whether they would even give it to you, is lower. So then I would feel more comfortable altering a vintage bag. Like vintage could be, I don't know, 15, 20 years old, I suppose. It doesn't have to be 30. So I would do that. Like that's how I feel. That's why I say no.
Yeah.
You were gonna say something. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know. I find it because I know it's needed. Like if you want to carry it crossbody, it's okay. It's sort of like my walk. So I hate walks. I have a walk. The strap is way, way, way too long. It just flows. It just, for me, and I think if you're taller, it will be perfect. But for me, it's just so long. So shortening is so much easier. And once I shorten it, I actually find it to be more versatile. So the opposite should also work. Like if it's too short, all you need is a little bit of extra length. But to get length on something shorter, you actually need to extend it.
Yeah.
That is a permanent extension. I don't know. Let's ask the audience. Kobe, we're asking the audience because I guess both of us are feeling like we shouldn't alter it, but there is the need. So we'll ask the audience. Would you do it? Audience, would you do it? Would you help Kobe girl out, lengthen the strap? So we'll hear everybody. Okay.
Because I also feel that the look of the classic is meant to be worn
Just
on
on
the
the
shoulder,
Yeah. Okay. Hi,
which is
Deborah.
why I don't like. Sorry, which is why I don't like altering that, like because it's the look. But anyway, yeah, Deborah.
Okay, yeah. I wear a lot of cream, and I just bought the Cray YSL Brussels Tweed Puffer bag. I know it's not a practical, but it's yummy and reasonably priced. I only wear it when cream or light colored clothes. Yeah, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. I love if it's that puffer bag, the one that I have in black. Actually, the first color that drew me in was the cream color. I was like, oh my god. But my fear of my fear of light color just made me go for black, which I love, But yeah, the cream is just so yummy.
There's, just like there's something about red bags, there's also something about white bags. There's definitely something about white bags.
You also have a Chanel cream color leather camera bag.
Mm.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down. Please don't jump. Oh, it jumped. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm just gonna go up. I see mainly comments from
Yeah, people are still chatting about
yeah.
Coach, White.
Okay, I see one here. Hope this is one of them. Blue Point 884. What are your thoughts on future resale value of the Chanel 19? Do you think it will slouch over time? So, Amy, maybe you can go for this.
To answer your second question, yes, because it is a slouchy style. What are your thoughts on future resale? I mean, I wish I can tell the future. I just uh the way I think about mine anyway is that I'm enjoying it now. So I'm buying it now because it's still a good, relatively okay price. It's reasonable because it's still newer. The price hasn't gone up so much yet. So I'm enjoying it now, so I don't think too much about the future in that sense. But that's why I said before, well, also in my video, Cat's tag video that I did, that's why I said that one of the things that I do, or that I just end up doing anyway, is that I tend to buy new styles, especially if I liked it. If I see it and I liked it, I tend to buy them early because that's when it's the least expensive. So even if, say, you use it for a couple years, you use it for 3 years, maybe the hype has gone, maybe puffer bag, maybe it's no longer in trend as much anymore, at least you got it at a good price. So your chances of breaking even, or maybe just losing a little bit just because you used a little bit, right? Even if we're talking about the style not being in trend anymore, right? Even if it loses a bit of value at that point compared to the retail at that time, you might still be able to break even or close to. So it's still worth it because you enjoyed it when you had it, which is my whole point. Like, I'm enjoying it now. I'm actually using the bag. I'm not abusing it, so it's still in great condition. And at the end of the day, you still have to buy things that you love. So I don't foresee myself not loving the Chanel 19 down the road, even when the trend goes. At least right now, I don't see it. So it's a non-issue in a way. So I don't even think about the resale in that way, because I bought it early. However, if it was another scenario where I waited, and I didn't buy it, and now the price is so high, like maybe it's a few thousand more than it used to, then I might not buy it, because then I might think about what you're saying. Like, is it going to be still in trend later? Because I'm not even sure if I liked it, if I liked the style enough. Because if I didn't buy it in the beginning, chances are I didn't really like it that much, maybe. You know what I mean? It's kind of psychology a little bit. if you waited so long to buy it, why did you wait so long, right? I mean, there are many reasons. There could be just financial reasons, or maybe there was always something else. But it could also be because you didn't even like it that much to begin with, but just because of the hype and the trend, and the more you see it, the more you like it, that made you think that you like it. So yeah, there's just a couple of ways of looking at it. My thoughts on future value. I honestly feel like the 19 is not really gonna lose that much value. To answer your question, you have to use it to know. Like, it's honestly a bag that is very different from your classic flap. Yes, we always talk classic flaps, always a good idea to buy classics because they will be timeless. But there's also the other angle where you have to, you need classics in your collection just to be in your collection and to have them. But you need bags that you use today and that you enjoy using and that is practical and that you don't have to fuss about. And that's what the 19 is about. So I don't really think that it will lose too much value anyway, because once people realize how easy that bag is, even though compared to the classic, it's not going to be as, I don't know, the value going up as much, it's still going to be fine, I think.
It's one of those bags. I feel we had a comment like, I don't know which video was it or one of the live streams that we as a live stream like duo, we're very focused on resale value. Like we're always talking about resale. But actually, I agree with what Amy said. There are some bags, actually, we're not all, we say it because it is it's a safety net. It's like, it's good to know. Like, it's good to know that I have spent $5,000-$6,000 that in the future, if I ever need, I can still recoup an amount of that $5,000-$6,000. So that's where we are coming from. But it's not that every single bag we buy must have a resale value. So, I mean, I have bags. I have bags that I'm pretty sure I would get practically nothing back out of. But I enjoyed the bag and the moment. So I feel like the Chanel 19 is what I'm hearing from Amy is that she loves the bag right now. Like, this is the bag I'm going to use. I'm going to take care of. I'm not fussed on, it's good to know that there could be a resale value, a decent resale value. But I'm enjoying the bag so much that it's not a thought that I'm considering. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so maybe that's that line, because we always talk about resale value, right? We always say, oh, no resale value, but it's because it's a safety net.
Yeah.
Right. So it's safety, because we're talking about luxury. We're not talking about IKEA bags. Okay. We're talking about something that is expensive, and if we need to, for whatever reason, we are able to get back something. You don't want to, I mean, who wants to buy something that the moment you step out of the store, it's like, yeah, I'll give you $5 for it. Right? No, right?
Exactly. And let's just give an example of a house, for example. Sorry, Kat, are we disconnected from Clubhouse? Because I can't hear. I can't hear on Clubhouse anymore. No. But anyway, I'll just, oh no, it's not disconnected. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, it doesn't just apply to bags or luxury bags. It's also, just think of a house. You don't want to just buy any house, even though they say house, you want to buy a house for, it's a long-term investment. You want to, it's kind of like a safer long-term investment. Plus you get to live in it. But do you really want to buy in a bad area? If you have the choice to choose a better area, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of along the same lines of that. So that's why we talk about resale value, but it doesn't mean that it's the most important
element
factor every time. It's not. And I wanted to bring up an example of your bag.
Which
you had your boy bag.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago. Like, such a long time ago. You loved that bag. You raved about that bag. I watched your review numerous times. And even to the point where like I see it so much that I want it. But by the time I bought it, it was so expensive already.
I got it
But
really
it
cheap.
exactly.
Cheap. Okay, that was cheap.
You bought it so early that it just made sense, and you just enjoyed. You just literally you genuinely enjoyed it. That's how I saw it when I saw your videos and how you talked about it. That's exactly how I feel, but in the present moment. But it's just the same thing. It's just that it was the boy bag, and for me, it's the Chanel 19. But by
Can't
the
even
time you
imagine
sold
selling
it,
it. Yeah, I didn't imagine that time selling it, like which is where you are right now, right?
yeah,
Can't even imagine. Like I love it so much. Like who's talking about selling it? So I love my boy bag so much. I was like, don't think I'll ever sell it. No, never, no. But I did sell it in the end for where I am today. We're talking like 6 years later. It's good to know. It's good to know that
yeah,
there is some value.
yeah. And Chanel is still like Chanel will still have some value, which is good. Well, I guess LV, Chanel, you know,
The big ones.
even all the other luxury brands, they will still have some value. So it's not completely gone. We're talking about breaking even, blah blah blah, but sometimes when you just enjoy something a lot, you've had your time with it, you thank the item, then you can just let it go. And even if it just recuperates some money, not all of it, it's still good. You know what I
Recondo
mean?
the bag. Like,
Yeah.
thank you. See you later. Ta. Oh, being vicious here. Okay, all being vicious. Okay, we've got like 15 minutes. Maybe we'll see how many questions we have. Yeah. So Latara Braggs, what are your thoughts on MCM? Do you consider it luxury or contemporary? Interested to know your thoughts. I'm not familiar with MCM.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say I'm not super familiar. I almost feel like it feels like a contemporary brand, but I think it's a pretty expensive contemporary brand.
Mm-hmm.
So in the middle, or it could
Yeah,
be both.
it's
Could
quite
be both.
expensive. I remember,
Yeah.
like it's above all the in terms of pricing. It's definitely above Coach and all. So I think it's expensive.
It
So,
is.
but it's not like luxury. I feel because I'm not familiar. But
It's
yeah,
just not as premium as, well, obviously we're talking about Chanel now, so like it's just not as premium compared to Chanel. But I mean, I almost feel like everything compared to Chanel like is nothing. Chanel is so expensive nowadays. Yeah.
here's another one. We're gonna go a little bit quicker so I can get through all your questions. Yeah, Miss B, I want to sell a bag, either the nude Lulu medium or the LV flower hobo, to add a beige caramel bag for fall. Which would you sell? I have no idea what the flower hobo is.
Yeah, me either.
Can you look it up? Let's take a look.
Sure.
Okay, so the nude Lulu, I'm assuming is the squarish one, right?
LV flower tote. Oh, is this called the LV flower tote?
It's a hobo, flower hobo.
Oh, hobo? Oh, let me see what.
Okay, while
A
you look.
hobo, okay.
Okay, we'll look at this one while she says Marshmallow L. Kelly Raton, will it slouch a keeper? Ha. Kelly Raton. Actually, Kelly bags. I had my Kelly bag, size 32. It does slouch. So it's okay because that is the design of the bag. If you are afraid of bags that slouch, so they kind of look not so nice over time, then having a bag organizer really helps the bag. It seems a bit excessive, like, and I have the bag organizer for the bag. But over the years, because I was never a bag organizer person, but now it really makes a huge difference to the bag, especially the corners and especially for soft leather bags. So the slouch part can be managed. Can be managed. So do you see the hobo bag?
Yeah, I see it. So it basically looks like the I forgot the name of the other one, but it literally is a hobo, and the strap is either a vachetta or there's another version that's a treated strap. So it literally just looks like the hobo. With it's an open hobo, no zipper, nothing like that.
So the question was, which would you sell, Lulu or LV Hobo, and add a caramel bag? It depends on which one you're not using.
Yeah, I
Go with that.
know.
I would just say pick
I
the one
know.
that you're not reaching for. That's the
Yeah.
first one.
But I mean, if you're going for a caramel bag, is that kind of similar to the Lulu nude bag as well? That's what I'm wondering too. So, like, how much do you love your hobo? Because big bags are not for us. That bag actually looks pretty big to me. And like, I personally don't need a hobo this size because I bought one like that a long time ago. I hardly used it. I had to sell it. So that's why I would choose the LV to sell. But yeah, which one are you not using more? And yeah,
I would go with that, like everything you.
yeah.
Okay, Maria, this is for you. Many luxury bags are getting out of reach, right? Important for people to make very informed decisions for the long term. French luxury houses have changed their pricing strategy for good.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Maria
getting
always has good insights.
so expensive now. Now it's not like what I would say it's 10 years ago when it first started. It's still buying. It's expensive, but when you buy it, it doesn't cause you literally like heart pain. Like, am I spending this kind of money? So then yeah, it's expensive, but we could still really enjoy the bag for what it is and not worry about recuperating our money. But now it's like you're putting 5 figures into a bag.
Mm-hmm.
That is a lot.
I have to agree that it's not just luxury now. I feel like when you're in a big city such as Vancouver, I'm sure Singapore, Sydney, Hong Kong, those places, buying a property is impossible for young people. It is, and it's not because they're not competent. I mean, they're all still graduates and blah blah, but the prices have skyrocketed to the point where it is just not reasonable to expect someone who just freshly graduated, who still has student loans to pay. Even if they didn't have student loans to pay, it's not like their starting salary is gonna be able to afford something. They probably have to save up years before they even get a down deposit. So it's kind of similar in a way, like to how luxury houses now, the direction they're going, they really are making it less and less accessible. And I'm sure it's part marketing, part like, I don't know, just image that they want to make of themselves, which is exactly why we talk about resale value too, right? It's all related. It's the trending topic now.
crazy expensive. Yeah. Okay, here's one. Would you buy a 2-season-old bag but brand new from boutique?
Oh,
good question.
Yeah, I would. 2 season is not that far away. I remember when I was in Vegas and remember the 19A, the Métier d'Art, the Egyptian collection, Chanel? That came out in June, right? Because usually Métier d'Art it releases in May, June. But I was there in September and it was still September, October, and it was still available. So I would totally buy it if it was something that I was eyeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would. I think I would too. Like if it's not, but would have the price gone up? Probably,
No,
right? But they go
don't.
up. Oh.
I don't think they see the seasonal pieces they would stay the same price. If it was your reissue, it did come out that season, but that one would go up because that's considered kind of like a permanent. It kind of is a permanent style, so that one could be updating the price. But if it was like a seasonal, like mine, like the one with the graffiti, I don't think they would update the price because they don't have another one that's the same in the new season. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we would buy if
I
if
would.
it's something that we would be eyeing, like, oh my god, you still have one piece.
Yeah.
It's like I'll be like lucky for it. Okay, speaking of hard to get, if luxury houses would follow suit on the quarterback biz model, which bags do you think would become the quarterback for Chanel, LV?
Oh. Oh. For Chanel. Chanel, oh, minis for sure. For sure. For
For
sure,
sure.
right?
So yeah.
But also just any bag that is always sold out. So even the 19 is often sold out. Like I think the small size, medium size probably always sold out. I feel like the trendy is always sold out.
Mm.
The
But if they were to
cocoa
make, like, let's
handles,
say, quarterback, like you have to spend first before getting it, I feel
yeah,
like the mini would be one. Like if
yeah.
they ever come out with the mini rectangular or square with caviar leather, like that's like coveted, that could be like that is Chanel's quarterback. Like maybe they just don't produce any more caviar and make that their quota leather for
Mm-hmm.
success. It's possible, but
Yeah,
I don't think
totally.
LV has any. I don't think from LV, but Chanel, yeah, I think they could do that.
I think they might just do that, but it's just internal. It's just the essays deciding what to sell to their client in a way. Sometimes I feel like they do that. Say everyone is asking for the same thing at the same time, like between different essays, they have different clients asking for the same thing, same time. Who would you give it to? You would give it to the person who spent the most on
Yeah,
everything else, right?
they do it actually. I mean, they do it, but they just don't do it so blatantly.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, Harmony Cheong. Hi, Kat and Amy. I am thinking of visiting the Hermes store for the first time in a few days. Do you recommend that I make an appointment despite not having an essay yet?
Yes. Well, actually, where are you
Yeah,
located? But I would, because that's the only way you can go to over here. If you don't make an appointment, the chances of being able to walk in is slim, because usually even the appointments get taken up so quickly already as it is. The walk-in slots are there's so little of them. They have to refuse clients that wants to walk in.
yeah. Even Singapore, in Singapore, you don't have to make an appointment. And for me, I didn't make an appointment. I just lined up outside the store and waited and then met my essay. So yeah, I think it depends on where you are located.
Right.
In Singapore, I think it's not so difficult. Okay, Gao, thoughts on Pauline?
Oh,
I don't know, Pauline. Is
I
that a
mean,
brand?
neither. I have never even seen the bags in person. I've only seen it on Minnie's reviews.
Oh, okay. I remember now. The contemporary like
Yeah,
bags.
yeah. I've only seen it on video, so I can't be a good judge about. It's contemporary, so it's always affordable. It's always kind of like another option.
Mhm.
Am I in love with it? No, but do I mind it? No. Like it really depends what I use it for, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just now when we were doing the video, I mean the slides on the white bags, and then the question came up about buying non-luxury bags. I had a moment like just in back of my head. I was thinking, asking myself, would I buy non-luxury bags? Am I such a snob that I would not buy not buy non-luxury bags? And I feel like it's because I have such a collection now with all my other bags, whether it's the contemporary ones. I have a few if you saw my collection video, and I also have a lot of luxury bags. To bring in more bags, especially when it comes to non-luxury, because I do love luxury, I think I need to have a need for it,
Mm-hmm.
like a very very specific need. that therefore I look at non-luxury bags to fit into my collection. I don't know how to fit this. Like, it's not that I don't buy it. It's just that if I don't have a need for it, I already have what I have in my collection from the luxury houses. So therefore, I would not look at Pauline.
I totally agree what you mean. Exactly. Either you have a need for it, or the other way I look at it also is if I want to try a style, but I don't want to spend the luxury money.
Mm,
But if it's similar, then I'll give it a try to just see if I even like the style.
true.
You know?
Yeah, that's one way. Yeah. I think Pauline is quite interesting. I'm trying to recall Minnie's review. It's
I think the ones that she has, they look kind of like I don't know why I'm thinking of a backpack, but I think they actually wear
backpack, right?
Is
They
it?
look like a backpack.
They kind of do, right? They have that little fold on the bottom, and then just watch her videos, I guess.
Okay, let's see. This one. From I'm Back Happy. I thought I would never buy light colored bags, but now I have a light beige Chanel flap, a favorite Damier, Azure, okay, and a white Fendi baguette. Did you have never statements before that you eventually done? Oh, said never and then eventually do, right? I have a lot. It should be another video. It should be like never say never but did something like that. It should be a whole video. For what? Okay, I'll just give one first. Never.
Really? You never thought you would have that? I guess that's the same thing with me. But then people change, and then you're. That's the thing. Like, yeah, exactly. When I was in my early 30s or late 20s, I think to even have the thought of owning a Chanel was like, are you kidding me? Like, that's a lot of money. I'd rather travel with it. Like I have so many things I would rather do with it. But in my late 30s, well, in my mid 30s, and I started switching. I'm like, oh, I actually like it. I like it so much that I have a whole collection. And then now I'm like, before I would never think Hermes bag is one. It's not because I didn't think it was possible, but it's also because I think it's just ridiculous that anybody would spend that kind of money on it. Like, I still think that is ridiculous, but I'm doing it now. So
maybe next week's live we can talk about this.
Sure.
Should we do it? Let us know. Should we do now? This is today's called a never ever, and maybe next week will be a never but did.
Yeah. That's a good progression.
Oh, I have several already in my head. Like,
yeah.
Crawl under the table and hide.
It's not so bad. It's fine. It's different when you're like, early 20s versus late 20s, early 30s versus late 30s. Like, I'm in my late 30s approaching 40. I'm allowed to have whatever I want, okay? Midlife crisis, whatever.
What do you mean you're approaching 40? You're 40.
I'm just approaching 40, okay? I still have a few months left, okay?
She's got a few months. She's got a few more months, people. Oh, man. You're 40. Okay, V star, a forever bag. Do you imagine it's something that you would use consistently even when you're a granny, or something that you would use now a lot but not use forever, but never getting rid of when you're a granny? Yeah,
Definitely.
Granny is a good timeline. My bag's still around when I'm a granny. I think, yeah, it's pretty forever already.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. Yeah. It's just hard. Like I said, I wish I could tell the future. No one can.
Thoughts on vintage caramel Chanel large flap? Okay, I'm so torn, but I have so many black bags and will be downsizing to add more classic styles. Great and colors, great topic. Also, thank you. Uh, well, it's vintage. I think you probably got a good price for it.
Not necessarily, because
Oh,
it's,
really?
caramel bags from Chanel are so hard to come by. They will you will probably still be paying a premium compared to what that bag cost before. But it is normal. I mean, it is what it is, cuz you didn't buy it back then, you got to pay for it now. That's how it works. So, which is why when I miss out on something before, I most likely won't buy it, because if I decided I'm going to miss out on it, I personally just don't like the fact that I have to pay that much extra to get it. Sometimes if it's an acceptable extra, it's okay. But for the most part, when you go to resellers, consignment like Fashion File, they ask for a lot more, which is not always reasonable. So yeah, if you find a good one that it's an acceptable premium, then go for it. I think it's, yeah, caramel bags are just all the rage all the time. They're so hard to get.
The words are. Chris, thank you so much for
Yay,
your
thank
detail.
you.
We really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Kobe saying, okay, a great topic. Never ever, but did.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
do
so I'll do that
that.
next week. Let's do that next week. Oh man. Okay, I'm just scrolling down,
Mhm.
up to see if there are many questions left. Jennifer, what do you girls think of the Picotin 18 versus the 22? Nice one.
Oh,
I prefer the 18. I
me
think the
too. It's cute.
18 is cute. If you're worried about slouch, I would say go with the 18 because the Picotin is naturally a slouchy bag already. And with the 22, with the bigger bag, there's a lot of slouch. Like the bottom part of the bag, because it's Clemence or they use a Maurice leather, something. It's a new leather. It's heavy. It's heavy. It slouches. And again, if you're thinking about reselling it, it's one of those bags that just don't look good in the resale market. So 22 is it's a nice size. 22 is so cute. I mean, not 22. So 18 is so cute. 18. Love 18. What do you think? Would you get one?
I would get the 18 because I just like mini bags. They're so cute. 22, I have to see it in person. Honestly, I've only seen it on videos. And when I see it on videos on others, it always looks good. But on me, it's always a different story, you know? I don't know. There's just something about when I try bags, whenever I go for the larger size, it just doesn't always, yeah, it just doesn't always translate. Yeah.
Oh, got another super sticker.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think this is the last question from Roy. We'll take this last one. How much do you consider others' opinion when deciding on a handbag versus how much you really want it?
Depends who I'm asking.
Mm.
Like when I ask, say, Kat, like the girls, then I really like they influence me more. But usually I already have an opinion. It's only when I'm not sure, then I really rely on others guiding me in a way, like just telling me what insights they might have that I haven't thought about. So it really depends. Like it depends if I'm already like if I already have a pretty solid opinion about something, but I still want to know what they think, versus when I'm not so sure, then I really need to know what they think. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense. I think when I would seek somebody's opinion about an item, it's because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
If I'm very confident in my purchase, like I know I love it and I'm gonna spend my money on it. Hearing other people's opinion may the may is really small, may sway me. Maybe I saw something different, but usually I agree with Amy. We already have formed an opinion about an item. But if my opinion is because I'm not sure about my own opinion, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's long, it suits me, the pricing, it could be things like that. Then I would rely on, like Amy, Isabel's opinion, like, oh, this is
Mhm.
something I really like, should I do it? And
Yeah.
most times they'd be like, don't do it. Okay. I needed that help.
Yeah. It really, really depends. I feel like whenever I have a pretty strong feeling about something already, I don't even ask people. I just go and buy it. They just find out afterwards. I'm like, oh, I bought it already. Like they might know in advance. Like I'll reveal it online to the public afterwards, but I'll tell them after I already bought it, you know?
Yeah. Not everything. I mean, like, because you know what you like, right?
Yeah,
Only the
exactly.
things that are maybe more like out there or something
Yeah.
different, then you're like, okay, I think I need to hear it.
Or not your
Somebody.
usual, but you like it.
So
Yeah.
like, those are the things that I would seek advice. Because sometimes too much information is also no good. You have to be very sure about yourself. Like you have to know yourself so well that you can make most decisions without much advice when it comes to like luxury, talking about that. But
Mhm.
otherwise, ask when you only need it.
Yeah.
Don't say unnecessary information.
Exactly.
Okay, so thank you to everyone. A little off the timing, but we hope you guys enjoyed this. So next week, thank you to everybody. We got a topic. We're gonna do
I
what
know.
never ever but did. Okay, never ever
Mhm.
but did. So we'll do that next week, and I think that will be really fun to share with you what we said we'll never do, but we did. All right, everybody. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you
see
so
you next week.
much. See you on my
Bye.
channel next week. Bye.